You may see I've got someone here with me.
Hello.
You might see the family resemblance. That's my brother. This is Ashley. He owns the car. Or should I say he owns the car now.
If it goes to work with me 4 times a week, probably about a total of about 18 or 20 miles a week. No more than that, so we're looking at about 2,000 miles a year. So it doesn't do a lot of mileage at all now.
And that's obviously down in Lincoln. It's made the trip up here to West Yorkshire, so a bit of a trip out for this little car, but it's probably done good to have a run, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it probably got a bit shocked when it started to go onto the motorway. It didn't miss a beat all the way at all.
And the main thing is to note about this car, it really is... Well, a couple of different things really, but first is its condition, immaculate, and I've not been in a car this clean, I don't think, all year. Inside and out, it is spots. You're a bit of a car cleaning enthusiast, aren't you? The other thing to know about the car is it is slightly, well, I say slightly modified. It is really nothing mechanical. Purely cosmetic. Because I actually started doing stuff to it myself when I had the car, probably 12 years ago now. So you've got all the interior parts, stuff like your gear knob, your handbrake. You've got the aftermarket armrest you're able to get at the time, and a few exterior things as well, the front splitter, the grille, that kind of thing. A lot of which now are obsolete. A lot of these parts you can't get anymore, so it does make it quite unique.
A bit of a time warp, and like you say, things that you could get then you can't really get hold of now.
You give it a good valet every now and again, and little bits in between. What sort of things and the things you use to do that?
There's quite a routine that I've got. It gets waxed twice a year. I use Autoglim H, which is a fantastic wax to use. They have brought out an Ultra HD now, which is an even more complicated wax. But this car gets waxed twice a year, and I also use their gloss protection.
So you're a fan of Autoglim
Yeah,
stuff?
I think some of their products, I've been using them ever since I started washing the car, to be honest, and they keep the bodywork in absolutely immaculate condition. I do use other products as well. But it gets washed on a weekly basis.
I should note we're not promoting any brands here. This is just purely to give you guys an idea of what Ashley uses to keep the car looking in the condition that it is. We're not promoting any brands. It's just a bit of consumer advice.
Yeah, it's a bit of consumer advice really. You know, a lot of people have different ways of doing things. Go through quite an extensive
testing.
Yeah. Other people, you know, their different products work good for different cars. Finesse products I've been using are very good. There's a citrus power, and that is a sort of a bug remover. But before I start any of the wash, I always spray a little bit around the bottom of the vehicle. There's a bit of road grime on it, a bit of rubbish on it. And I spray that on first before I rinse the car, and then I just shampoo it, rinse it again, and dry it off.
So there's a bit of a process involved there. Any degreaser engine or anything like that? So I not really need to these days.
I've used degreaser in the past, but because now I
keep on top of it.
And that's a good phrase. Keep on top of it, so I just use the Autoglim.
Like a dressing type thing.
And it's basically Auto Finesse do that as well. Actually, and I was planning to go black with the wheels, so I got that done first. So I had that vinyl wrapped. So the roof at the minute is not painted black; it's actually vinyl
wrap.
Which is it's so much, probably about half as much.
And there's a couple of things you've still to do to the car, isn't there? Yeah,
there's obviously Craig's mentioned the front splitter, which is quite a subtle modification, and I'm going to be having the side sills. They'll be painted blue as well, so that'll tie in quite nicely with the sort of side-on stance of the car. And then just to finish it off, Irmshire's IRS spoiler.
The rear spoiler,
and it will give the car, especially from the rear and from the side, I think it will give it a really nice profile.
It will just finish it off nicely, won't it?
Yeah. They're in the pipeline, so that'll be all done. But like I say, it's a running project that we've been running for 12 years now, and we're going with it.
Yeah.
We also do a wheel soap, called Revolution, and I spray the Imperial on and then use the Revolution.
Yeah.
So they work in tandem. And they really, really look after the wheels well, so hopefully they won't get attacked by the dreaded road salt that no doubt will be coming along soon.
I'm assuming you use different sort of products for your tyre dress and your bumper trim and then the plastic trim and stuff like that.
I used to go back to water spilling products for them, so it's kind of a hybrid of both.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, I've found what products work best for me in this car for different jobs.
Yeah.
So Autoglim have their tyre gel.
Yeah.
I put the gel on. I use that in conjunction with a Maguire's tyre applicator.
Yeah.
The good thing with that is it's got like a little. It's got somewhere where you can store it.
Right, okay, yeah.
It's not messy.
Yeah.
So you can pop it straight back in its holder and you can store it in a clean environment.
Yeah.
And for the plastics on the bumper, I use the Autoglim bumper gel.
That's really good.
Works really well as well.
Well, it does. I mean, you look at the outside of the car, and I should emphasise again, this car is absolutely spotless. It's almost. I mean, what's this car? It's about.
It'd be in February 17 years old.
17 years old.
So
right? You heard it here first. This car is 17 years old.
It's a hobby.
It is a hobby, yeah. It really is immaculate, and as is exterior and interior. And I think probably what the most surprising thing about the whole subject is I'm just looking at the speedo here, and this car has got nearly 149,000 miles on it, which is mind-blowing. I mean, I'll be surprised. I'd be surprised if a brand new car looked like this. With the car's kind of mileage on, that is absolutely staggering. And it is still the original 1 litre engine.
It's still the original. Well, it is the original 1 litre. But people forget that it's actually a 3-cylinder.
It is a 3-cylinder.
Not a 4-cylinder.
It is a 3-cylinder.
So it's a 1 litre 3-cylinder.
Obviously, it's had a lot of new parts over the years, of course.
Yeah, but it's had things like timing chain, things like that. But I think that's just testament to a car's mileage is just a number. If you look after a car, it's like a fine wine. It gets better with age.
Well, I mean, it is how you look after it, and not only obviously do you look after it cosmetically, you look after it mechanically as well. Don't you? You get it serviced on time,
service regularly,
regular oil changes, all that. Obviously goes to prolong the longevity of the engine.
Yeah. It's just gone through actually. It's just had some work done. I couldn't find one anywhere in the country. It's just had a second-hand but very, very good condition brake servo.
Right.
Because that was leaking. That had actually corroded.
Right.
A hole in it. So that was done, and it also had the brand new wiper mechanism fitted to it. And the wipers are almost seized.
Yeah, that's the thing. If a car of this age now, this is obviously Corsas were and still are very common.
Yeah.
But certain parts are becoming slightly harder to find, such like that, and you forget that. And it's when you start needing to find parts like that, you actually realise actually how old the car is.
Yeah.
Because I bought it myself 20 years ago. I think I paid about 3,600 quid.
I've got the original, your original receipt at home, and it's £3,600.
Right.
You paid for it.
There you go. So, with 35,000 miles on. So I think it's fair to say we've had as money's worth out of this car.
We very much have, but it's a bit of a more than sort of a car now. It's very much a hobby for me. It's something, it's something for me to do. And
it is. And of course, it's not the fastest car in the world. It's not the most expensive car in the world.
No, it's not at all.
But I always think, when people ask me what is it that makes a car great to you, and it's not always about that. It's about how it makes you feel. It is really a family heirloom, to be honest.
It's part of the family. It has a bit of history to it. I think the thing is with a car these days, not many cars have a really interesting story behind them.
And that's the thing.
It has history with it.
That's the thing. The story behind the car is sometimes the most interesting thing about it. It certainly has a bit of history to us. It's incredibly well looked after, as is obvious.
I think you enjoyed having a bit of driving it.
It's been a while since I've actually seen it as well, and I am thrilled that it is in the condition that it is and still going as it is, and I'm no doubt that it's got many more years left in it yet.
For that.
That's it for that. I'm sure you can message Ashley. He's on all the social media.
Yeah, I'll put my links in the... What do you have now? Credits?
Something like that.
I'll put my info in the credits.
I'm sure Malcolm will sort that out for you.
So any regular posts of my cleaning on activities.
If you do have any questions for him, feel free to message him.
I don't know him, but if you message me with a question,
no, we're not claiming to be car detailing experts.
I'm a hobbyist at the end of the day, and if you ask me a question, I might know the answer, I might not, but there's a chance that someone else will definitely know the answer that I can pass on to. So.
No, like I said, we're not claiming to be car cleaning sort of experts by any means, and like I said, we're certainly not promoting any products. We're just obviously telling you what Ashley uses to keep his car looking nice.
My boot's there just to purely accommodate my car cleaning products.
If you look in the boot, you will find it is full of car cleaning equipment. So it's not exactly a practical car because you can't get anything else in it. So I hope you enjoyed that.
It doesn't need to be a practical car anymore.
It doesn't need to be.
We've got a new Corsa now that we use every day. So.
It is. It is taking a back seat, but she's getting on a bit now.
Yeah,
So I hope you enjoyed that. It's been really nice for me in particular to catch up with a car and sit in it and drive it again. You know, even though obviously it is only a Corsa, but it is a bit more than that to us. Thanks Ashley for driving all the way from Lincoln to show us the car again.
I don't often get to talk about my car like this because my partner's not massively into cars.
Let's just say she's not a car cleaning enthusiast.
Or she's not an enthusiast of the car either. But it's been really nice for me, so thank you very much.
That's all right, and it's been a little bit somewhat different from Overdrive. I know we don't normally do car cleaning videos. But
it could be a niche you could get into.
It could be, yeah. It's something we could explore. So please let us know, actually, if you want to see more of that kind of thing. We will, if that's the case, we'll try and do our best and see what we can come up with on that side of things. But again, great for me. Thanks Ashley for coming up. We hope you enjoyed learning a bit about this particular car, and you may have even got a bit of advice. I don't know. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.